Bel-Air Season 1, Episode 9. If y'all haven't seen it, there will be spoilers ahead. Okay, and we see in this episode that Jeffrey was holding it down. He kept the promise that he made to Will last week, and he gave him those papers. He did tell Will that he was opening up a can of worms that he might want to leave closed because the whole family might explode. Will gave it to Uncle Phil, and he was like, I really don't need this. You're the pops that I never had. And then, of course, that led to Uncle Phil bucking up on Jeffrey again. And Uncle Phil is steady throwing the fact that Jeffrey is a glorified employee in his face. But Jeffrey, he told Uncle Phil the truth. He said, look, I love your family as much as I love you, and you need to step up for your family. Stop doing all this shady stuff, stop making excuses, and be the father you want your children to see. And although Jeffrey does end up leaving, they still have this mutual respect, like they're still bros. You know, at the end of the day, they loved each other, they dabbed up. In this moment, I really did feel sorry for Carlton. Like, I know they didn't have my boy come up on the stage, sing that Marvin Sapp just for him to voice crack. Like, that was a cold sweat. We see that Carlton and Will's relationship is still developing because Will went to Carlton for advice about the father stuff, which I definitely didn't see coming. We see that Will has started to influence Carlton to try to stay clean. Speaking of influencer, Hillary is kind of in trouble. Like, I know y'all see she's talking to her sis from back in the day. She was like, we need a collab. I'm trying to network. She looked like that she knew something. Like, Kylo has been talking to the other influencers trying to mess up Hillary's career. And although Hillary is struggling in her career, she's not struggling with Jazz. Jazz was like, you want to go back to my place? And Hillary was like, nah, let's go back to my crib. And we see that Ash was talking to the pastor about having more LGBTQ positions at the church. And Aunt Viv was like, hold up, wait a minute, I'm noticing some changes. I didn't know you were that much into LGBTQ rights. And Ashley denied her way out of that situation. He used that superior A1 technique to get Aunt Viv to stop asking questions. And this was the episode with the cameos from the OGs, and it was crazy. It's such a surreal experience seeing them in the new show. It just adds another element to it. We see that Aunt Viv ends up standing in her real truth, and they end up loving that. After everything, now that Jeffrey's gone, Aunt Viv had to consider giving up the fellowship. But after everything that happened with Jeffrey in this episode, and now knowing that the dirt is out there, I really thought Uncle Phil was gonna play dirty, but he took the high road. And he decided to be the man that his family needs him to be, and also showed them the man he wants to be, which was fire. Also, Lisa has every right to be upset with Will, but like, they were only dating for like 2 weeks. Did she think that Will told her everything about his life? Like, of course, you ended up sharing a lot of things with Will, but when you think about it, Will hasn't even shared that much with her.